Companion builds are iconic, and today we're going to combine two of them into one. This is going to create a unique multi-class that is both fun and flavorful. This is the Master of Forge and Fur. A great place for companion builds to shine is a smaller party. That way the companions can be a bigger part of the party. Or, even better, is a solo campaign. And I happen to have a solo campaign I can recommend to you guys. Check out the Crystals of Zleth. It's created by Obvious Mimic, the creators of the Wolves of Langston, a solo campaign I have covered on this channel, and I enjoyed a bunch. It is just a few weeks away from fully launching. It's being kickstarted right now. So not only can you get a pre-order reduced price, but you can also use code DAILY to get an additional reduced price. It's going to be a survival focused campaign. It's something I'm really looking forward to and I'm going to pick up as soon as it drops, so I recommend you guys at least check it out. But with that, my friends, let's move on to the build. One of the tricky parts about building a double companion build is our action economy. Most companions are going to require we use a bonus action, so we can really only be using one per turn. However, the Beastmaster opens up possibilities because it allows us to use one of our attacks as part of our attack action to have our beast attack instead of us. So if we have multi-attack, we can attack, then our Beastmaster companion can attack, and then whatever other companion we've taken can now make an attack. So Beastmaster is pretty much a must when it comes to these combined builds. Now, as a Beastmaster, what your beast scales off of is wisdom. So that tells us that we're going to want at least our wisdom score to be excellent. And additionally, as a ranger who's multi-classing, we're going to need at least 13 in dexterity. When it comes to our second choice for our companion, sky's the limit. You can really choose almost anyone, but I'm going to be going with the Battle Smith Artificer. The main reason why is that they give us a great summon in the Steel Defender, but they also are really extremely stat efficient. By allowing us to use intelligence for both our attack and scaling our Steel Defender means we can focus a lot more on intelligence and wisdom as opposed to our physical stats, which brings us to our stats. We're going to want our primary in wisdom, our secondary in intelligence, our tertiary in constitution, but we need to make sure we at least have 14 in dexterity for our medium armor. Now that stat array I just told you is based off the build we're doing today, but it is worth mentioning that there is a crossing paths point with this build. After we have 3 levels into both of our Beastmaster and our Battlesmith, you can choose to either go more Artificer or more Ranger. Now, if you go more Artificer, it's a bit stronger. You're going to be a more well-rounded, tighter party that you've created on your own. However, if you go on the Ranger side, you're going to be able to summon beasts and fae, and that is going to allow us to continue this playstyle of us being a pack. So for flavor reasons, I've decided to go with the Ranger side, but just keep in mind that the Artificer side is probably a bit stronger. And of course, if you're going the Artificer side, you're gonna prioritize intelligence over wisdom. As for our lineage, there's a lot we can go for, but I'm going to be going Deep Gnome. One of the reasons is I want to be small. By being small, we can actually ride our companions as mounts, which sometimes may come up and will open up opportunities for us. Alright, but with that, let's jump into our leveling structure. We're going to be taking 3 levels into Battle Smith Artificer, and then we're going to be going into Ranger for the rest of our levels. By going Artificer, we also get proficiency in con saves, so we're going to have fantastic saves across the board by setting up this way, and then we're going to have investment in wisdom to protect our wisdom saves. So I think going Artificer first just kind of sets us up for success as we go. Another benefit of going Artificer is we get cantrips at level 1. I'm going to be picking up Firebolt, and that's going to be primarily what I'm going to be doing. Medium armor, shield, stay in the backline, and Firebolt. Every now, fight-winning spell, such as Fairy Fire or Grease. At level 2, we're going to be picking up Infusions. One I really want to pick up is Repeating Shot. Even though we're not using it at this level, we eventually will be relying on it a lot. Repeating Shot's amazing, because not only does it give you a +1 weapon, you can then use that +1 weapon with a shield when you normally couldn't. So it's basically a +1 to your weapon and +2 to your AC, which is just crazy all in one infusion. Additionally, I want to pick up Enhanced Defense, so we change that +2 to a +3 AC. And I want to pick up Mind Sharpener as well. Mind Sharpener and Enhanced Defense are interchangeable. Depends on what's more important to you. Do you want better AC or do you want to protect your concentration better? It depends on the level you're at. So I want them both, and for now we're going to be rocking Enhanced Defense over Mind Sharpener as we move into level 3, because that's where we're going to begin to use our Repeating Shot crossbow. That's because we became a Battlesmith. Battlesmith is going to allow us to use our intelligence with our crossbow, so our attacks are much more efficient than they would be if we're just using dexterity. This is also when we get our first companion, the Steel Defender. So this kind of creates our playstyle. The Steel Defender goes ahead and fights for us in the front line while we are an archer in the back line. We're also going to be picking up some great spells from being a Battlesmith. We're going to get the Amazing Shield spell, one of the best spells in the entire game, and our AC is already fantastic. This makes it insane. So our defense is solid. We have great saves. We have great AC. We also get Heroism, which I like to use as a pocket counter the frightened condition. So whenever we or a teammate are frightened, okay, let's pop it. Now they're immune to it. They get some temporary HP on top of that, but the frightened condition is the big important part. So we've established our playstyle, but now we're going to bounce over into Ranger. And this is going to allow us to take that playstyle and start scaling it. Just for your notes, I'm going to be using the variant features of Ranger throughout. We pick up expertise in this level, and I'm going to be putting that expertise into perception. The most widely used skill in the game, it's just a safe bet. There's some other ones you can do, of course, if you want to focus more on animal handling, since you are kind of a pack master, but just for efficiency, perception's probably the way to go. At level 2, we get Ranger spellcasting as well as a fighting style. For the fighting styles, we have choices. We can go the defense fighting style, making our AC even better. Solid choice. We can go with the archery fighting style, making our attacks more efficient. Solid choice. Here's a really interesting choice though. You can go the druidic warrior fighting style, and this is going to give us shillelagh. Now, something interesting with this build is when you use shillelagh, it's going to allow us to use wisdom as our attack, sure, but it's also going to allow us to use intelligence because it creates it as a magic weapon, and then your Battle Smith feature can kick in, so you can choose between wisdom or intelligence. Just a really unique thing that I've never seen happen in a build before that we find here. Don't know how useful it'll be, but if you mix it with Booming Blade, it could give you a solid close ranged option. However, with our pack being up front and us being in the back line, I think going with the repeating shot crossbow archery fighting style is probably the best choice out of the three. We're also getting our first set of Ranger spells. The one that really stands out to me here is Entangle. Because we're investing in wisdom as we carry on, which makes our Beastmaster companion stronger, our Entangle is also going to be stronger, and it synergizes extremely well with our setup because it's going to give advantage to our animals as well as our own attacks, so it sets us up for success. Ranger 3, we become the Beastmaster, and we're going to be using Beast of the Land more often than not. The reason why is that it can set up our Still Defender to have more effective attacks. So our turn will likely look like this once we have extra attack. We'll make an archery attack, then we'll have our Beast attack and potentially knock them prone, and then our Still Defender can potentially attack with advantage. What's cool is the Still Defender can also protect our Beast of the Land, so there's a lot of synergy that's happening between the three of us, which is pretty neat. However, keep in mind that sometimes Beast of the Air or Beast of the Sea will be better for the situation, and just adjust accordingly. At Ranger 4, I'm going to be bumping our wisdom. It makes our spells better, it makes our Beast of the Land better, and it can even help out our shillelagh if we so choose. Ranger 5 or our level 8, we're going to get extra attack, which really helps us build, because until now we've been having our beasts do both of our attacks and we haven't really been using our repeating crossbow all that much, but from here on out we can mix the repeating crossbow in with those beast attacks. We also get the summon beast spell at this level. This is pretty late for a level 2 spell. We are level 8 and we're going to be bringing a beast out there, and a lot of people are going to be resistant to the piercing damage that they deliver. However, it's still completely in theme and just fun. So now we're going to have 3 pack animals running around, and our summon beast is going to have pack tactics, so it's consistently going to be attacking at advantage. Should all come together really well with our 3 frontliners with us in the back. As we continue leveling up, we're eventually going to switch over to the summon face spell. The summon face spell is a big improvement on summon beast. It does more damage, has more utility. Mainly I would be using fuming just for that advantage on its first attack no matter what. But the most important part is that if we carry a magic short sword that doesn't require attunement, maybe a +1 short sword, you can hand that to your summon fae so it can use a magic weapon and get over the resistance that the beasts never can. Our squad's going to be getting 4 attacks per turn once all is said and done. We have 3 extra units on the field to tank for us, so single attacks are going to be spread further in the party. We are weak to AoE though. They could clear out all of your teammates in one big AoE blast if you're not careful. So it's going to be best sometimes to spread it out when you're going up against one of those AoE blasters. There might be times when you pull your Beast of the Land back to ride it. That way you can use both of your attacks on your repeating crossbow and then have your bonus action Still Defender attack. I just think there's a lot of combos you can do with this build. I think it increases the defensiveness of your party as well as its offense, and then you just personally have extremely solid defenses. So it seems like a fun build, fun to play around with, but I'd love to hear what you guys think. Let me know in the comments down below. And while you're down there, don't forget to check out the Crystals of Zleth. I think it's going to be awesome. With that, my friends, I hope you have yourselves an incredible day, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.